Hey guys, Brian the cell phone guy here again. Today we're going to take a look at T9 text entry, or how to use text messaging on a phone that doesn't have a full QWERTY keyboard. Now this one has the simplified 1 to 0 star and pound keyboard, the same way that the XP5, the XP5S, the XP3 and the XP3 Plus had. So this method will work with any of those phones or pretty much any other phone that has this type of keyboard, mostly found on flip phones and bar phones, anything without a touchscreen. So the first thing we're going to do is on the main screen here, we're going to see that the messages is in the center of the icon, and that means that the center button here is what selects that. So you just push that, and that gets you into text messages. Now I'm going to zoom this in because it's a little hard to see here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to type in the phone number of the person we want to text. But up here, if it doesn't say 123, which is going to give you numeric entries, you have to push the pound key, and that's going to bring up this selection here. And this is where you scroll up and down with the navigation panel and the center button to pick the one that you want. But in this case, we actually want 123. So if we just go ahead and we start typing in the number here, so let's go 780-999-9999, and then we hit OK, and then we hit the down button. Now we're into the type message screen, and you can see the flashing cursor. The problem is that now we're still stuck in 123 mode. So if we were to start entering text here, what we're going to get is numbers, not letters and not words. So push the pound key, and it's going to bring this up, and you're going to scroll down using the navigation button here, and you're just going to keep scrolling until you come to KT9, and you're going to push enter. Now what that's going to do is that's going to up here show you that KT9 has been selected, and this is called predictive texting. So what it's going to do is it's going to guess the word that you want based on the keystrokes that you entered. So if we want to enter the word the 8 key has the T, the 4 has the G and the H and the I, and the 3 has the E. So if we start with 843, it puts in the word the, because that's what we told it, but it also asked us, are we sure you want the word the, or do you want the word tie, or do you want the word vi? So we actually want the word the. So what we're going to do is just push the 0, which is going to give us a space. And then we're going to put in the next word that we choose, which in this case is going to be the word next. So that's going to be on the 6 key, the 3 key, the 9 key, and the 8 key. So 6, 3, 9, 8. And here, again, it's asking us if we want next, newt, or nexus. Now, if we want next, all we have to do is push the enter key, and that'll put it in. Now, what it's doing is it's guessing what we want next. So it's asking us if we want the word week, if we want to say the next week, the next time, the next two, the next year. So if we select the word week just by pushing that, it automatically puts a space in and then enters the word week. And again, it continues on with predicting what we think we're going to want. So that's kind of the secret to T9 texting, is to learn the predictive vocabulary of the phone. And these words will change eventually with time. If you use things like the name of a school or an organization, which is actually an acronym or an acrostic and not a real word, you're going to have to type it in all the way the first time. And then after a few times, it's going to learn what you want, and it'll add that to its dictionary. It kind of learns as it goes. So if we just wipe out that, now what we're going to show next is how to get rid of T9 texting if that's not what you want. So push the pound key, and then we're going to push down. Let's just show you here. We're going to push the down section on the multifunction button here. And we're going to see that the next choice up is capital E, small n. And this is different from capital E, capital N. And the difference is that if we choose this method, it's going to capitalize the first word of every sentence for us. If we choose the other one, it's going to capitalize everything for us. So capital EN is probably what we want, and that actually stands for English. On the Canadian phones, you can toggle this between English and French, and on the American phones, you can toggle this between English and Spanish. So now up here, we've got capital E and a small n, and that's going to show us that we have to type out the entire word. So now the trick with this, let me just show you what the trick with this is. Okay, so this time if we want to enter the word the, what we're going to have to do is T is on the 8 key, so we push it once, and that gives us a T. The H is on the 4 key, but it's in the second position, so you have to push the 4 twice. So 4, 4. But if you push it too slowly, so 4, 4, it misses the H and it gives you 2 G's because it thought you wanted 2 G's. So then you have to push the backup key to get rid of the G's, and you have to push the E key twice in a hurry. So D, E. And then we get the word the. And then we're going to put in a space with the 0 key. And then we're going to move on to the next one. And this one we're going to choose the word first. So that's 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 7, 7, 7. But I took too long there, so I got to get rid of that. So 7, 7, 7. And then the S, so you have to pause or it's going to think you want the letter S in that position. So pause until the cursor flashes and then do 7, 7, 7, 7. And you'll get the S. And then 8 gives you the T. And then the 0 gives you a space. So it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of rhythm to get this kind of texting working. But it does work really well, and you will get really good at it after a while. The trick is to enter the numbers rapidly unless you want the same. So if you wanted the R followed by an S, you would do 777. And then you got to pause long enough for the cursor to show up so it moves to the next position. And that's really the secret to T9 texting, is just getting used to this. There are a few other little tricks to this, but you'll kind of just get used to it as you go along. They say practice makes perfect. And then when you've got the message down, the send key is this one here, the middle button. So then you would hit the send and it's going to send the message. And that's basically how you use T9 texting on a 1 to 9 keyboard. So if you like the video, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, give me a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. There are more videos coming in this series, but I'm trying to keep them short and on topic. Thanks for watching.